In previous years, the League of Women Voters of Idaho has assisted voters with transportation to and from the polls. But with the pandemic this year having such an impact, they are facing some issues getting out the vote safely. Idaho News 6 reporter Stephanie Garibay has more tonight about how different 2020 looks for the organization.
In previous elections, the League of Women Voters of Idaho was able to transport up to 6 people per vehicle. But with the pandemic, they are now limited to transporting 1 person at a time to allow for social distancing.
It's really tragic to me. It's a sad commentary that this year we're probably not going to be very successful in getting people physically transporting them to the polls.
Transportation to the polls was an issue even before the pandemic, with public transportation being very limited throughout the state of Idaho. But the pandemic presents new obstacles for those who utilize this option.
Overall, it still is going to be a challenge for people to use public transportation. And some of our communities, and not even the smaller communities, but some of them don't have very good public transportation at all. And for those that do have public transportation, here again, there's the sanitation problems. Do you really want to get, on that bus, or you really want to, access that?
And knowing this was going to be a challenge, they decided to try to encourage people to utilize mail-in voting ballots. But they kept their transportation services available for those who still wanted to vote in person.
We do realize that there are those individuals that like the ceremony of actually getting to the polls. And we are trying to accommodate them, but it has become very challenging. And now we have issues even with vehicles, trying to keep them sanitized.
And they tell us although they have faced some bumps in the road, they look at this as a learning process for future elections.
This is something that we feel passionate about. And this is something that we really are going to work towards a better solution in the future, regardless of there's a pandemic or not. We are going to make sure that we reach out to anyone who needs assistance getting to the polls or that voter, information.
The organization also partnered with Disability Rights Idaho this year to deliver voting information to assisted living facilities. In Twin Falls, I'm Stephanie Garibay, Idaho News 6.
And if you or someone you know needs transportation to voting polls, you can find more information on how the League of Women Voters of Idaho can help you in our website, ksawtv.com.